He's on the road, and new data from the U.S. Customs and Border Protection showing illegal crossings jumped over 30% last month. The recent surge becoming a campaign point for South Carolina Senator Tim Scott as he makes his first trip to the border as a presidential candidate. And he joins me now. Senator, I know that you went to the border in 2019. What did you learn that's different now? What did you see that's different? What disturbs you? What do you think could be fixed?
Well, Dana, the biggest difference between 2019 and now, two words: Joe Biden. When you have a president who unleashes an wide open, unsafe, insecure border, we cannot be surprised by more than 6 million illegal crossings. However, the devastation of 70,000 Americans who lost their lives to fentanyl because Joe Biden refuses to close our southern border, preventable. As President of the United States, I will finish this wall, and I will use the available technology to surveil our border to stop fentanyl from killing another 70,000 Americans in the next 12 months.
Did you have a chance to talk to some local people there, and what do they make of this recent surge? We can pull up call for number one. July compared to June, there were 130,000 arrests in July. There were only about 100,000 in June. So that's a pretty dramatic uptick. What do they put that down to? Because the Biden administration says that they've been doing a pretty good job.
Well, the Biden administration continues to tell the American people, believe what we say and not what you see with your own eyes. I've had an opportunity already to speak with law enforcement. They tell me that the surge continues. I will meet after we leave the border right now with community leaders and, frankly, with folks who lost their kids to fentanyl. The devastation that we are experiencing as Americans is preventable. Much of it is preventable if we finish the wall, use technology, fire Joe Biden, and hire me. I will be the president that finishes the wall and takes seriously the opportunity to save tens of thousands of Americans from the drug of fentanyl.
Fentanyl is a huge issue, and it's not an issue just there at the border, right? It's happening all across the country. And just in the last question I have for you, we're 4 months, I believe, from the day that Iowa voters will go to the polls, and then New Hampshire's, of course, right after that. So this is getting real, and it's getting real very fast. The latest poll here from the New York Times Siena poll showed Trump at 54%, DeSantis at 17%, and Pence, Scott, and Haley at 3%. Now, I know that the voting hasn't started yet. The debate hasn't happened yet. But these numbers are making people starting to feel like, is this an impossible situation for any of those candidates who want to challenge Donald Trump?
Not at all. What I'm excited about is in Iowa, we're already in third place. We continue to see our poll numbers move. What we are understanding every single day is that the voters in Iowa want an optimistic, positive message anchored in conservatism, as long as you have a backbone. The more we meet people, the more excited we are about the future of this campaign. The good news is we've not yet started the sprint. We're still in the long journey. The sprint starts in the fourth quarter. I'm excited that we'll be at the finish line and we'll get there first. January the 14th.
Hey, you were mixing sports metaphors there, and I was keeping up with it. If you're fourth quarter and your finish line, I know it all.
You're good, Dana.
All right, Senator Tim Scott, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.